Hello, welcome once again. Happy Wednesday. My name is Daniel, and today we are going to take a look at ServiceNow developer.servicenow.com, where you can get your free developer instance. And we're going to take a look at some of the options and some of the settings that you can that you have to perform actions on your instance. Okay, so if you um, want to learn more about that, just stick around. Also, make sure you like and subscribe. So, if you're interested in learning more about ServiceNow, they offer free instances that you can test out, you can build, create things. And to get started, all you need to do is go to developer.servicenow.com. Once you sign up, you can go ahead and create a instance in one of these three versions. The latest is Washington, D.C. Once you create your instance, then you can go into it and start working on your instance. You can go and create an App Engine Studio app and do all those cool things. Now, some actions, since this is a developer instance, they make it a lot easier for you to perform through the settings. So if you log in back to your developer.servicenow.com and you click on your username here in the top right, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So if you click up here in the top right, you get this menu options here, and then you have instance actions. Okay, so a lot of these actions you could perform from the platform view. So if you go like into the platform view, you can like install plugins and update plugins and things like that. But some plugins might not be available for you since this is a developer instance and you don't have like actual licenses. But from here, you can perform a lot of those actions. Okay. So for example, if you're looking to activate some type of plugin, here are a list of available plugins, and most of these you can activate from here. And they also give you like an option to activate it with demo data, or you can just simply activate the plugin, and you can perform tests and developments, and you can see how it is. So maybe you have an instance from your company, but you don't want to, fully commit to installing some of these apps, and you just want to maybe test them out, see how you can maybe perform some actions. So you can definitely create a developer instance and go ahead and install these plugins and play around with it from here, up to a certain extent. Okay. But yeah, definitely they have tons of different plugins available, and you can definitely take a look at that, test them out, install them. And this is a one-click activation here, and that it will activate those. Okay. You also can turn on this email sending and receiving. So if we go into our instance, right, we have I believe it's in the preferences. So there's a property. There's a property that you have to turn on for email to be enabled. So if you do email diagnostics, right, it's gonna tell you that sending and receiving email is disabled. Okay. So right now, this instance, you're not able to send or receive emails. But if you click here, you go to the email property, and you can enable it from here. But you just gotta make sure you have all the accounts set up, and you can definitely enable those settings from here. Make sure you're in the right scope also. But they also have this easy way of enabling here. So without having to go to those properties, of course you can release your instance. So if you're looking to kind of like not use it anymore, you can just release it. Um, this lets you change the main role of your login. So when you log in through the instance, right? So if you ever log in through the instance, um, so the instance will go to sleep after a few hours of it not being used. So you'll have to log in here to developer.servicenow.com, wake up your instance, and then when you click on this automatically logs you in as the admin. You can also, once it's waking up, you can still create a password and log in through the actual link here. So for example, if we go to another profile, right? So this profile is not logged in. So from here, you can, if you have your admin credentials, you can log in. You can create other credentials and log in with that. But this option right here is just telling you, instead of logging in as the admin, you can log in as App Engine Suite Studio Creator. So this gives you more limited roles, right? So the admin grants full access. The App Engine Studio just lets you create like the it's a more limited, so it won't, you won't accidentally like change stuff that only admins can do. Also, you can remove your demo data. So when you first instantiate these instances, right, they come with all this demo data, with all these users, all these incidents, tasks, things to complete. So if we go into the Employee Center, um, you're gonna see like there's a whole bunch of tasks already created. There's things requests created. So all that demo data, all these catalog items, all that is all set up as a demo. So if you want to completely wipe it out and just start from scratch, you can definitely run this remove demo data, and it will completely remove all their demo data. Okay. Now, maybe you have an instance that you haven't used in a while and you just want to reset it. You can do a Z-boot, how they call it, or a reset and wipe instance. And this is going to completely wipe that instance. They give you an option to keep the instance name or just create a brand new one. Okay, so this is the instance name. So if you want to see from your platform, they have something that's called stats that do. Let me see. So the stats that do, you can see some of the stats on your instance. You got your instance name, instance ID, what's the what's the version, what patch number. It gives you a lot other details here, like how many workers you have available, things like that. So it gives you all this data if you just type in stats that do. Okay? And that this is your instance name. You can reset your password there. You can upgrade. So there's an upgrade available, patch number 4. You can go ahead and see the update history, and you can go ahead and request support. Actually, there's no support for developer instances, but you can get support from the community. Okay? So in our case, I'm trying to build our like a mobile platform, and I would like to kind of like reset all the data, the demo data, so we don't have all this extra stuff here, because we're not using this for anything other than to demo our app. And we'll go ahead and do the remove demo data. Okay, so this says that it's not going to remove any of your current new data that you have inputted yourself, only the demo data. And it has to do with incidents, problems, workflows, configuration items, all that stuff. So we created our app from App Engine Studio, and we're creating our own data. So we're going to go ahead and remove all of the demo data. So it says we are removing demo data from your instance now. This operation takes about 20 to 30 minutes, and you'll receive an email once it's complete. All right. So while that's happening, you can't really do anything else. So it's removing demo data. The other thing is that these instances will be reclaimed back after 10 days of no activity. So you need to make sure that you are logging in to your instance weekly. You know, don't let 10 days go by without logging in, because you can lose your instance. It'll be reclaimed, and then all of a sudden you don't have an instance, and you'll be like, oh no. So that's another reason why we are using App Engine Studio, and we are doing our source control. So for any changes, you can commit changes. You can create a new branch if anything. So in our last update, we added some fields to our tables here. So it shows all the changes you have done. So we created all these fields, and it creates this list of commits. So it's going to go ahead and update all of that. This one says, so we're just going to go ahead and update our GitHub repository. So this will back up, and you can restore to another instance, or maybe in the future you want to go back and revisit an app that you've been working on. You can just import it, and it will put in all the structure, all the tables, all your flows, workflows, and all that. None of the data. Your data is going to be totally wiped. If you are looking to get your data, there's a different way to do that. You probably have to maybe do an update set, I believe, and you can export all your data, and then you can import it, the data from that period of time. Okay, so I'm just gonna make a comment here. So updated the wheels table with new fields. Okay, so you make your comment. Failed to commit. All right, so I wonder if it has something to do with the update we're doing. So let's wait till this is done, and then we'll go ahead and complete that. Yeah, because it says demo data removal in progress. So maybe it won't let us do it while that's going on. Okay, so that's totally fine. In the meantime, let's take a look at our table. So we added new fields to get more for our collectors out there, where they can have more details that they can import. So if we take a look here, we added a color. So maybe we can pick a main color here. We'll see how this works. I'm not sure how this type color field works. I think this is like a color picker, perhaps. And then we have also, we added an estimated value of the car. We added a make for the car. We added the manufacturer, like if it's Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Johnny Lightning, any of those manufacturers. So the year it became the manufacturer year. And then we also added a model year. So this is specific to that model. And then we also added, oh, that's about it. So those are in the description. Okay, so we added a description field so they can, maybe point out any type of descriptions. And a URL. Where's the URL? They didn't take the URL. Okay, so we meant to add a URL field, which not. Oh wait, there's 2 pages. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so we added a scale, serial number, series, the number in that series. We actually added a state also, so I'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, here's the URL, so you can point it to maybe Wikipedia page or something, and the Windows color. Okay, so maybe for some of these, we might add this to our record producer and maybe add some options to make it easier for people to, so we can gather the right information, for it to be more consistent. So this state field, I was thinking, all right, maybe you own a car and you no longer own it, right? So we can update the state field and the default will be like, it's active, you have it. Or if it's in a box, maybe you don't use it, it's just in a box. Or if you traded it, or if you sold it, or maybe you send it to somebody to race, right? So maybe it's on tour, or it's been retired, right? You don't race it no more. Or you lost it, or it got junked, or you throw it away, or your nephew took it and destroyed it. So maybe these are some states that we can kind of like manage, and maybe they can be managed automatically, you know. So the default is active. So if you're adding a car, that just means that you have it, you're using it. So I think that makes sense for this. Um, some of these like the scale, there's only a few scales out there, right? So we can kind of like make that either a choice, or we can in our record producer just create those choices in there. But that's pretty much how we have our things set up. So I have noticed a lot of people that they the other thing we probably can do in this video here is um drivers belong to like a team, right? So or the cars can belong to a team, and then the drivers or that car has a name or it's driven by someone, right? So we do have what it is the driver here. The driver creates a user record in our instance. So and it has a name of somebody, right? Has a name. And what else do we have here? We have a user ID. So we have a user ID, we have a name, and maybe this user ID is what we call on the car. So the car has a driver and the driver has a name. So I think that's already there. So but we don't have a team actually. So a team is kind of like a group, right? So I guess and that's already part of the users, right? Users belong to groups. They have group membership. So we'll have to kind of like put in that in here. I don't know if we should extend a table. So it's like a team table and it has like some custom fields that we can define. Like maybe a team logo, something like that. So I think that could be an extended table from our groups. I think we can extend the groups table, right? So let's say we're gonna create a blank from an extendable table. It's gonna be like how the drivers table is created. So let's say group. Let's see. So we have, so the group itself doesn't look like it's something that we can extend. Hmm. So I think we cannot do that. All right, and it's still going with the data removal. So let's take a look at groups here. So see, we got like, see, these are like custom groups. There's about 33 groups in here. So actually everybody's part of a group already, because we have this group is called hot tracks. There you go. Hot tracks drivers. So every new driver is part of this group, and it just gives them the user role. So everybody that we add through that record producer becomes a driver type, gets this. So maybe the group is not an actual group, or maybe it is. I'm not sure. I mean, since we're just using this for that, for this, maybe everybody can have their own group. So should the parent be this group? Huh. And then they'll have like groups between those. We'll see. We'll see. So when you assign groups, it's more about permissions, right? So if we do it as a group, then maybe they will inherit some type of permissions from that group to that has to do with the cars, right? The kind of cars they can share. So the other thing that we need to work on is, actually we can work on this now, is in our flow, how are we gonna handle a tie, right? How do we handle a tie? So go to our flow. I'm just gonna close up some of these windows. So in our race table, we have the round match, we have the race number, and then we have, racer 1, racer 2, times, and which lanes they are. We have a winner field. I don't think we're using the winner field yet. We have a qualifier, true false. And should we have a draw, true false? So if it's draw, check mark, true, and then create a new race. Because does a draw count? Let's see. In racing, does a draw count? Yeah, because if we're counting the races and we're counting the wins and we're counting, you get re-rank for every 5 wins or every 15 loss draws. So if you go 5 and 3 and one of those games are a draw, would it be 5 and 2 for the rank? So what is this? What are they talking about? I don't know what they're talking about here. The draws count towards losses if they're going by win-lose thing for ranking up or down. Oh, is this talking about football? That's the only game I ever seen that they're like 0-0. Draw means no change in your MMR. Well, if you get 15 draws, then you will change rank. Probably go down. So a draw counts as a loss because you didn't win. It counts neither. Nobody knows. So when you get a draw in a new competitive system, does it count towards the 7 wins or 20 losses? Okay, is this like a video game? It's a loss. Just play my first competition game. It says bottom progress. My guess will be neither, hence it's a draw. It's a loss. So it doesn't count as a win then. It counts as a race, but it doesn't count as a win for us. So we'll do that. We'll count it as a race, but they didn't win, so it won't count as a win. We're not counting losses here, so I think that's probably gonna be the way we're gonna go for this one. So let's see. We have match winner. We have update race winner. Update match winner and fastest time. Okay, so this one, update race winner. So this flow gets triggered once save. So both times need to be filled out. I think this one, oh, look at this. I can't even edit this. What's going on here? So is it because this thing is data removal? So they completely lock your instance here. So I'm thinking, because see here we have if winner one, if winner two, and then we do if draw, else if draw. Okay. So, all right. So this is good. So here we're gonna do that, and maybe we can add a field also to this draw. And you know what? Since we have on the okay, let me write down these things because I just got another idea. So our tournament has a journal field. So our match table can also have a journal field that gets all the race detail, right? So that way from there we can see, all right, this was the win, this was the loss, this was, or this was the wins, this was the draw, and then this is the winner, and then it goes up to the tournament for the next round. So yeah, maybe you can do that also. Right, so let's see. You're gonna add field of true false, draw to the race table. Then we're gonna add else if option of draw to the this flow, update to the flow, update race winner. And then we are going to add journal field to the match table. All right, and that's after all this data, demo data is removed. Oh man, it's taking forever. So let's see if it lets us do anything here. So we're gonna add draw, true, false. Okay, so it's gonna be draw. So that's gonna be check mark if it's a draw. All right, so let us update our tables at least. Okay, so we can go to our match. And we're going to add journal field. All right. And then this flow, I don't know why it's not letting me edit the flow. Huh. Yeah, I can't edit any of them. All right. So while this is going through, the other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at. Let's see if it lets us take a look at our record producer for add wheels. Okay. Because we added those new fields, so maybe we'll add some of those fields into our record producer. So I think it's started to remove stuff because now we have no catalogs at all. So that's good. We'll create our own catalogs. Ah, man, I just close it. Okay. So how do we add a catalog? Let's see, catalog. We got technical catalog, service catalog, and then we got categories. Then we got my categories. All right, so here is our questions that we're asking. You can add a photo, you can pick the driver, you can pick the category or type of category of the vehicle. So this one we're gonna update. We'll call this one man. So we're just gonna be more specific here. This is the API. Okay, like the API. Let's see. So Let's see if they have a list. Hidden. There's probably a lot of brands out there, huh? Mm, I don't think these are legacy guys. Where's Hot Wheels? Ah. Oh wow. What is this? They're selling these things for that much? Get out of town. Wow. So look, they have the scales here. So you want 12, 118, 1/8. $4,000. God. Wow. 164. Man, these are like $30. Look at that. These are the biggest ones, huh? Probably have a lot of detail in them. $29,000? Kidding me? Wow. All right. So for this question, let's see. Let's map it to. Oh, you know what? Let's. So actually, I want to see what kind of options we have for the color. That's a good one. Um. So I'm gonna go ahead and edit the form. What does this say? Color only supported. Okay. So like, I'm thinking of creating like maybe a tab that we can put like all this other information about the series and all that, because it's just too much for this main part here. But I'm just gonna add everything so we can have a better picture where we wanna move all this stuff. Okay. So color is not supported. The platform. Huh. It became yellow. Yellow. Oh, that's yellow. Sky blue. Oh, invalid sky blue. Oh, sky blue. Teal. So it kind of like recognizes all these rims and how do you say it? Yep. So you can like type in the color. You can't pick it, huh? I thought it was like a color picker, but I don't think we can do this. Or maybe we can make a list of like some of these colors, and then they can kind of like pick it from there. So estimated value. They can enter a number there. So for the scale, I want them to like just pick from those known scales. So we have the state. Then we can do the URL. Me? Oh, all right. So, we will be right back after these short commercial breaks. So, our demo data is still going, and we will continue this in our next video. All right. Take care.